home, cameraman from the buy-in. You, sir, are absolutely wankered. Now here's Cole Carter doing a very impressive thing over the top rope, but only landing on nothing but factory members. We couldn't see any members of the Best Friends / Chaos at all, and on top of that, the commentary team just said that was a screw-up for sure. Instead of saying, oh, Orange Cassidy, he got out the way at the last second. Instead of saying Tope Con hello, he said Tope Con goodbye. Which means, NXT fans, we finally know why Tony D murdered that bitch in a very deep river. It's because he's a knob and he doesn't know who's on his team. He's got great tits. I'm not gonna lie, he's got a great set of tits. Ethan Page, they're talking about my... No, wait there. It says Brian Cage here. Different kind of tits though, really, isn't it, really? When you think about it deep down, I've got a different kind of tit to Brian Cage. I would argue that my tit is better for raising young. He's got a dick and balls on his dick and balls. Ortiz coming out at Full Gear to corner Eddie Kingston dressed as Ali G. I guess it must be some kind of a stepper ting. That's all we've heard from Luchasaurus for some time in AEW, as AEW have taken this very eloquent dinosaur with a master's degree and turned him into a dinosaur. So imagine the surprise when we heard Luchasaurus say, oh, sugar, honey, ice and tea, as Jungle Boy reversed a goozle into an arm bar over the top rope. And then, speaking of swearing, oh boy, slap my arse and call me Larry. Those FCM Punk chants, followed by those Colt Cabana chants. They happened one after the other, and my goodness, they were very loud. After 7 long years of chanting his name, gagging to have him back, finally getting him back, imagine this being a thing on an AEW pay-per-view 15 months to the day since CM Punk made his big return to professional wrestling in August of 2021. Well, 15 months as I'm stood here right now, it was the day before at the pay-per-view, but you know what I'm saying. You think the Kingston feud, you think the MJF feud, you think of all the great matches he had in AEW, and it's absolutely mental how quickly this is all unraveled. No cap.
It's Jim Ross, bitch. Bah, Gouda did it again.
And then during the Elite match, the Elite, by the way, are a set of fellows who may or may not have done something with CM Punk and his friend Ace Steel behind closed doors at an AEW show not so long ago. Jim Ross said the following: they gotta settle this behind closed doors in a locker room or something. Oh, Jim, behave, you naughty boy. The hammer, Ray, use the hammer. The hammer, Ray, use the hammer. Yes, that dirty diddler. In the Cultaholic Wrestling podcast sense of the word, Pac has actually managed to poison the mind of his wholesome pal called Ray Fénix, and he's managed to do this with a bastard hammer. I'm a proper Raji with a hammer. Now I know what you might be thinking. Vickie Guerrero wearing what apparently looks to be a bit of Rhea Ripley WWE merch is a massive WTF moment to happen on an AEW card, because Rhea Ripley, she works for the other team. But to me, knowing what Rhea Ripley's other profession is outside of the wrestling ring, one of those kinky dominatrixes. Oof, me crabs. She's merely got more than one of those subs with the massive sub energy I've been hearing about recently. She's got Dom and she's got Vicky and she spanks those naughty buggers. Now then, I could have made so many WTF moments of the things we saw during the Elite versus Death Triangle match, or some of the things we saw in the Ring of Honor title match, but to be honest with you, you would expect those magical men to do some magical things with their magical bollocks. But something else just slaps different kids, and that is massive man Wardlow getting thrown into the ropes and in one fell swoop hitting the sickest whisper in the wind I have ever seen. No cap. So then, Danhausen comes back during Full Gear's buy-in. He's a new man, they say. He's got a new look, he's got new music, he's got more powerful moves, he's got less silly bollocks, and he's got a massive jar of teeth. But a couple of short hours later, and Danhausen is back to being a weird, creepy, gothy, praying mantis. You know what I mean when you see him do this sort of stuff? He's doing that in the back of the Orange Cassidy and Chris Jericho talking segment. That's talking, everybody, not dick. And in the words of early noughties pop sensation A1 Danhausen, you're just the same old brand new you. Such a banger. No cap. And we also learned at this bit of the show that we're getting Chris Jericho versus his former young boy who would buy him coffees. My God, what a lovely boy. Tomohiro Ishii, which I guess, when you think about it, is another WTF moment. So there we go. What the hell was wrong with that Sting there? He was doing all this. He looked like he'd either crapped himself or just got off the back of a very excited horse. His legs were very wide. What was going on in the middle? Either that or we've just got the Wish version of Jon Moxley off of Wish. That makes sense. Yes, it does. Put him in a Sting mask and told him to be more like Jon Moxley, but not quite like Jon Moxley. You know what I mean when you see it. Satnam had me singing from the hilltops as he caught Darby Allin and perhaps gave us the spot of the night. He caught my man Darby like he was a bastard tennis ball. Nothing else needs to be said. And I know it happens every single AEW pay-per-view, but that doesn't make it any less of a WTF moment because Sting, he gets older every single pay-per-view that comes along, but Sting jumping off, a massive thing, and living to tell the tale, it's a WTF moment. And this one is even more of a WTF moment than normal because Satnam Singh didn't really appear to catch Sting as solidly as he might have otherwise. But we knew Sting was okay because he got straight up back to his feet and started singing a little bit of the chorus from Shakira's hit song, She-Wolf. Ow! That's what Sting does. MJF is the new titty master. As we all know, way back in the day, looking at Jon Moxley's wrists, he used to be, but not only at Full Gear 2022 did MJF take his AEW World title, but he also took the title of Titty Master. At least he asked for permission. The greatest trick the devil ever pulled is convincing folk he never bloody existed or something along those lines, I'm not quite sure. Now allow me to be a Bertie Big Bollocks for a second because I've been saying the thing that happened at the end of Full Gear 2022 should be the thing that happened at the end of Full Gear 2022, but the fact it did happen doesn't make it any less of a WTF moment, it just makes me a very clever boy. William Regal distracts Jon Moxley mere seconds after stopping MJF from using the Dynamite Diamond Ring, and while Moxie's got his back turned, he slides MJF the dirty brass knucks, ba-boom, and MJF is the new champion with seemingly a new manager. As I was saying last week, the story of those two working in cahoots, you know, from the email to the don't you dare cut corners there, young man. I won't cut corners there, old man. You do not cut corners, young man. I won't do that, wa-boom. It just made sense, and it was fantastic the way it was played out. I am very elated. It did happen, and it's also a WTF moment. But let's end the video there. Thank you for watching. I think that was all your WTF moments from Full Gear 2022. I have been Ross Tweddle from Cultaholic Wrestling. Leave a comment down below. If you can't think what to say, just put MJF is the titty master. Congratulations, MJF. That's the biggest title you won last night. And just in case you like the football / the soccer, follow @HoldingGive. I'll be doing it in my spare time and uploading some of that there football / soccer content. It'll be goodish. Thank you for your time. Like the video as well. Share it if you're feeling fruity. Thank you for watching again, and I'll see you for Survivor Series in the WTF Moment universe next weekend. So goodbye.